You start your day with big plans, and somehow the day ends with nothing done. Your phone feels busy, your mind feels tired, and your goals? They're still waiting. If that sounds like you, this video might be the wake-up call you didn't know you needed.
Hey there, I'm so glad you're here today to talk about something that's really close to my heart, staying focused and getting stuff done. You know, I think we've all been there, staring blankly at our phones, scrolling through social media, and wondering where the time went. Before we know it, hours have passed, and we're no closer to achieving our goals. I'm going to share a personal story with you today that I hope will resonate with you, and maybe even inspire you to make some changes in your own life. My friend, let's call him Alex, was a great example of this. Alex was a hard worker, always striving to do his best, but somehow he just couldn't seem to stay focused. Every time he sat down to work on a project, he'd get distracted by his phone, or start checking his emails, or maybe even get sucked into a YouTube video. No judgment here. You see, Alex was a victim of shallow focus, constantly switching between tasks, never really giving his full attention to anything. And as a result, he was making little progress on his projects, feeling frustrated and overwhelmed, and wondering why he couldn't seem to get anything done. It was like trying to drink from a fire hose. He was getting water everywhere, but not really getting the nourishment he needed. Now, Alex wasn't alone in this struggle. I'd say most of us are guilty of shallow focus at some point or another. We try to multitask thinking that we'll be more productive, but really, we're just dividing our attention and getting less done. It's like trying to juggle too many balls at once. Eventually, they're all going to drop, and we'll be left with a mess on our hands. So, what's the solution? Well, my friends, it all comes down to deep work. Deep work is the practice of focusing without distraction on a cognitively demanding task. It's like a muscle that needs to be exercised, and the more you practice it, the stronger it gets. When you're in a state of deep work, you're fully engaged, fully focused, and fully productive. Now I know what you're thinking, but how do I get into this state? Well, let me tell you, it's not as hard as you think. The first step is to remove distractions. Turn off your phone, log out of social media, and find a quiet space to work. It's not about being perfect, it's about being intentional. When you're in a state of deep work, you'll be amazed at how much you can get done. Let's go back to Alex's story for a moment. Alex realized that he needed to make a change, so he started practicing deep work. He set aside a dedicated block of time each day to work on his projects, free from distractions. At first, it was tough. His mind would wander and he'd feel the urge to check his phone. But he persisted, and slowly but surely, he started to see results. He was making progress on his projects, feeling more focused and in control. He was getting more done in less time, and he was actually enjoying the process. It was like a switch had been flipped, and he was suddenly in a state of flow. When you're in a state of flow, you're fully engaged, fully focused, and fully productive. Now, I want to share with you some actionable advice on how to start practicing deep work in your own life. First, schedule dedicated blocks of time each day to work on your most important tasks. Second, remove distractions. Turn off your phone, log out of social media, and find a quiet space to work. Third, set clear goals and priorities for each session and focus on making progress towards those goals. The benefits of deep work are numerous. You'll be more productive, more efficient, and more effective. You'll feel a sense of accomplishment and pride in what you've achieved. And, most importantly, you'll be one step closer to achieving your long-term goals. So, my friends, I want to leave you with a challenge today. Take a hard look at your daily habits and routines. Are you guilty of shallow focus? Are you struggling to stay on top of your tasks and projects? It's time to make a change. It's time to start practicing deep work. In the comments below, let me know what you're going to do differently this week to start practicing deep work. Share your tips and strategies for staying focused and productive. Let's support each other in our journey towards achieving our goals. Remember, the power of focused effort is a game changer. When you're fully engaged, fully focused, and fully productive, you'll be amazed at what you can achieve. So, go ahead, take the first step, and start practicing deep work today. Your future self will thank you.